Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Punky's Kitchen. So, today, what we are going to do is we are making breaded pork, mashed potatoes and gravy, and um, collard greens. So, today's a little southern twist, so be ready. Excuse me, by the way, I'm talking today. Okay, first, I cut up some pork and I have it in my egg dip right now. And I have my breadcrumbs. My oil is getting hot as we are speaking, and I have my bowl ready to go. So let's begin. Okay, that's not going to work that way. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so, and my spoon. You can do this with chicken. You could do this with any other type of meat you want. I am not a chicken person. Um, excuse me, but a lot of other people are. Um, by all means, please use what you like to eat. Okay, now I'm just tossing the breadcrumbs around my meat with a spoon, twisting my bowl, as you could tell. Now I did season the pork with a little salt, a little pepper, some chives, some parsley. I do like Italian seasonings, as you know. I use it mostly with everything, except for when I'm doing like a Chinese dish or, excuse me, a southern dish. So I'm going to put my meat in my oil. It's not ready yet, though. So I'm going to take out the pork and put it in my little bowl. I have a mixture here of breadcrumbs with uh, some flour, and the flour adds the crunch that you would want. Like old-fashioned fried chicken was made with flour and cornstarch, and eggs and milk. So that's one of the way they used to make old-fashioned, real crunchy fried chicken. For those who like fried chicken, just so you know. Okay, now I'm going to put some more meat in my bowl. I'm going to move my spoon over. You want to get about 4 pieces in the bowl. Excuse me. Okay. Once again, toss it all up. Flip them around so they can get seasoned on all sides. Okay. Now we're going to start over here. Now, as you can see, it's all frying up. We want it to be like a nice brown. You do not want to not thoroughly cook pork. I highly recommend thoroughly cooking pork all the way through. Um, it's kind of like chicken. Not a good idea to eat it medium rare. If it was a maybe a pork tenderloin and you like it your pork rare, then yeah, you could do that. But I specifically do not recommend eating uh, medium rare pork. It's not a good thing at all. In just a few minutes, we are going to start um, getting our pork, sorry, our collard greens ready to cook. We're going to turn these. You can use a deep fryer, um, whatever you really would like. This is because I'm actually making another dish on the stove. That's going to be a part of it. So I am using uh, my really deep frying pan uh, to cook the food with the way I like it. Okay, let's go over here for a second. You can see my other frying pan. Okay, turn it on. Whoops, wrong burner. So sorry. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take a little bit of oil, just a little, and pour it in. You could use olive oil, you could use vegetable oil, whatever you would like. Okay, now to start this dish, I had taken the time earlier to chop up the bacon, the slab bacon in chunks, um, a whole yellow onion, 3 cloves of garlic, a cup, not even, about 3 teaspoons of chive, parsley, salt, and oregano. Now we're going to start off with our bacon and let that start to cook. Oh yes, and a bag of collard greens. If you cannot get fresh, you can use frozen. You could use any kind you want in this dish. Honestly, it's what you would prefer. So the bacon is starting to fry nice and up, like that. And we're going to want it to get nice and crunchy. So as you see, it's cooking. And that's one part that we need to start. Make sure you turn the pork it, make sure that it's the right color that you would like. Okay, now gonna turn you back this way for a minute. That's the color of the pork right there. And we're just gonna place it in a bowl or in a dish. I recommend something flat to let the grease out. Kind of like strips. These ones are a little thicker, so I'm gonna let it cook a little more. Okay, let's slide back to our bacon. We're gonna add a little bit more oil because there's not a lot of fat on this bacon. Um, so that's the problem with that right now, that it's sticking a little. Where this is more meatier. When you're doing very, very fresh collard greens, which I'll show you in a minute, you want to normally boil them at first. Um, if I could have bought fresh ones, I honestly, that weren't pre-cut, pre-done, excuse me, I would have showed you how to uh, cut the collard greens and how to devein them for when you're cooking them, the way I'm doing that right now. But I apologize, I am not doing that. It's what we actually have at the grocery stores. I'm kind of on the mercy of that. And also, I do have a half a cup of diced cut cherry tomatoes. Excuse me, they're not diced. That will go in with the collard greens. Okay, I'll see you in a bit with another part of how this is all going to turn out when we get ready to add our onions. Thanks.